Hi Anna.
Hello, Craig.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
Good, good. Listen, thanks very much for short notice, letting us into your, which I can only, with what I see anyway, seems like almost like a secret garden.
It's a wee bit overgrown, you could put it that way.
I think we'll go with natural beauty.
Organic.
Organic, yeah, absolutely. Well, I went to school only a few miles down the road here in Huntley.
Yes.
I have loved Huntley herbs for years. This is my first time, and what I'm going to ask you, I've never asked you before, I guess, and it feels very special to actually smell at the right time of year what goes into the jars, you know.
Yes, yeah.
So harvest time for lots of products. What's harvest time for you?
Well, you can hear the combines in the background, but we're harvesting fruit at the moment. We're harvesting courgettes and marrows. We grow them, plums, damsons, brambles. We've been looking at the black currants and red currants. It's been a great year for fruit for us.
Has it? Yeah.
It has been really. The hot summer and a relatively cool spring, so things weren't droughted at the start. So we haven't suffered like some parts of the country. But we don't grow lemons yet on any scale.
Hot lemon relish, and the bees even enjoying it. We'll have a wee look round, and then we'll. I'm really kind of keen to hear how you got started. Did you start Huntley Herbs?
No, my parents have farmed here since 1979, and my mum started Huntley Herbs as a farm diversification.
Grapes?
Grapes, indeed, yeah.
Grapes.
A bit of a wild overgrown grape there. So she started that in 1999.
We've got a bath?
Yes. Theory, there's going to be a water lily in there.
Okay, water
Not
lily
yet.
for a bath. Yeah, it's all happening.
So I went away to university to Edinburgh. I came back and joined my mum. We were just growing herbs at that stage.
Sure.
And then we'd started jams and chutneys as a bit of a sort of winter project to keep us going, because herbs are very seasonal.
Lots of herbs.
Lots of herbs,
They
lots of
look
different plants.
amazing.
It's all quite experimental in here this year. There's various herbs for teas, which I'm just starting out on.
Lemon balm?
Yep, lemon balm, chamomile, fennel. We've got some tomatillos here, experimental again. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that yet. And some Cape gooseberries. So these are all plants that I'm just trying for the first time.
The thing that excites me the most is, just even by having, wandering around, we're in Aberdeenshire.
It's amazing what you can grow, actually.
And I actually sometimes think the mindset of,
Absolutely.
that won't work here. But in actual fact, we're finding, there's cherries growing, there's businesses starting with hopes and dreams. But Aberdeenshire's kind of got all the key ingredients.
I mean, we're at 850 feet here in the garden. The farm goes up to 1,000. And we had -15 temperatures last year.
Right.
Or so, similar the year before. Most things don't mind the cold as long as they're not soggy.
Yeah.
So if you can keep them dry under plastic, or if you're well drained, they'll be fine.
Lots of courgettes.
Yeah, enormous crop of courgettes.
Courgette flowers, all the rage.
Yeah. We've got courgettes and marrows in there, and we've got beans which we grow for fertility. They fix nitrogen, so put that in the rotation. And we don't make anything to sell with them. We just eat a lot of beans in the summer.
And what do the chickens? What kind of herbs do the chickens like?
Do you know? Not joking. The chickens like mugwort.
Really?
Which I believe is. Oh, the fence is on, so watch yourself.
Okay.
Which
that would have been interesting.
I think it's it's sort of an anti-worm herb. So they eat that themselves, and then we never have a problem with it. So I guess they know what they're doing. But well, these are just a hobby flock.
A little hobby. Oh well, I've got two at home. I know where to take them. We've got French silkies.
Oh, pretty. Yes.
Boris and Dottie. So it really is a wild orchard.
It is a bit overgrown at this time of year.
A wild orchard with a view. I have to say, do you, when you walk out here a coffee in the morning, do you get inspired to come up with the recipes?
I think I get inspired. I have probably two routes. One is when I see a crop and I think, oh, I wonder what I could make that into. And the other would be when I come across a flavour, like I might be eating something with cinnamon that I've eaten a million times before, and I suddenly think, oh, I wonder what that would be like with elderberry, say. And then, you develop a recipe like that.
Do you feel that there's kind of more emphasis on maybe cooking with the kind of crops when the weather changes?
I think there is definitely a kind of autumn harvest factor when you've got this desire to kind of gather stuff around
and you want it to last a wee bit longer almost,
Yeah.
You want to take you know that the crop's coming to finish, so you're saying, well, we still want the flavour, but so you are preserving it, I suppose.
Exactly, and I think with jams especially, if you can get a small batch of quick jam, I'm sure you know, you'll keep the flavour, and if you can cook it fast and minimal intervention, you'll have that damson flavour or bramble flavour or whatever it is in the jar.
I think it really takes you back to the first time. It must come back to the first time that you've tasted it, as a kid, and it's generally grandma or something.
Yeah.
And let's face it, they generally make fantastic jam, pancakes, scones, whatever.
It's hard to go wrong with jam, really, isn't it? There's not many people that object to jam.
Jam. I think jam should be on the menu everywhere, just in case we all need an extra bit of ammunition to get through the day. Now the question I've asked everyone, or more or less everyone, you're a local quine.
Indeed, yeah.
What time did you yoke this morning?
Well, as we've just been discussing, I have a little 2-year-old, and I try and wake up a good bit before her and frantically do all my emails and website updates and everything. So I would say I was probably at it at about 7 this morning. Not too uncivilised.
You're not our earliest yoker. There's people been up yoking before you.
I would think there would be, yeah.
But you maybe had mini yokes during the night.
Yes, yeah. I look forward to one day uninterrupted sleep all through the night.
Good. Well, I think Huntley Herbs, I think it is almost a secret. I always wondered, where. I knew you were in Huntley, but I wasn't sure the kind of what you were surrounded by. And I think your special ingredient is being inspired by what's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Your passion is all around you.
Well, I think if you can grow things, you're kind of more or less obliged to try and do something with them, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I just keep trying to grow something else and something else and something else.
Okay. Hopes and dreams for the future?
Just more jam and chutney, really.
Yeah.
A lemon orchard.
Yeah. Fit for a king.
Maybe indeed.
Thank you very much indeed. Melt in the mouth, baked by hand, Dean's, the original family recipe. So I'm here in Huntley, where there is a lot of shortbread made. It has a fantastic, down-to-earth local story that is now enjoyed by many people all over the world. So this really is one of Aberdeenshire's success story. No doubt I'll get told why this machine sits in the reception, but let's go in and find out a little bit more of the story. Oh, hi Les, how you doing?
Hi Craig, nice to meet you.
Good, pleased to meet you. Listen, thanks very much. I've been in this gallery here at Dean's of Huntley. It's quite a nostalgic thing for me coming back to Huntley. I went to Huntley School, and I have to say, I know the story, and I think it's the perfect, honest, down-to-earth Aberdeenshire success stories. I'm just going to nibble away at some shortbread. So would you like to just, for everybody else, could you just tell us the story right from the pipe major maybe?
Yeah, sure. Going back, Craig, to 1975, Bill was the pipe major in the band. They wanted to raise funds, so they needed to raise funds to get, you know, their equipment. And Helen, Bill's mum, so Bill, who's in the business now,
Yes.
his mum, started cooking shortbread, baking shortbread for the band. It was purely to raise funds for the band. That was how it all started.
Just brilliant.
Yep.
So I believe she at kind of brand practice or whatever, she started to making a shortbread, and people obviously liked it.
Yes.
And I always say, all that you need for something to be successful is people to like with what you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the more the merrier. Mm-hmm. And things have changed, of course. So this is the factory, which is,
It is.
hard at work. As far as the process, I mean, tell us about the recipe. I mean, you've got different packaging, but there must be...
Yeah.
What's the secret ingredient that you can tell us?
I think there's a couple of really important parts to the process, Craig. There's mixing. So we still use mixers that are exactly the same as the mixers Helen used in her kitchen. They're just a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of doing maybe 1 or 2 kilos, we do 200 plus kilos at a time. All right. So that's really, really important, and how we mix is really, really important. So we don't just throw everything in and mix it. You know, there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal too much, but there is more to it than that.
But accuracy and temperature, I would imagine.
Very important. Yep, absolutely.
important.
We need to make sure that we get the ingredients right, we get the volumes right.
And make sure that we never get salt and sugar mixed up.
No, absolutely. We
And
shouldn't
I'm sure
joke
it's
about
happened.
that. We shouldn't joke about that. But yeah, it's very, very important.
Good. Well, this is a bit of a whistle-stop tour of Aberdeenshire, and I'm delighted that Aberdeenshire has got this story. It should be shared far and wide.
Yes.
And you know, I think shortbread is crumbled, it's toasted, it's tossed in the pan by chefs.
Yep.
Eaten simply with a cup of tea.
Yes.
I have asked this question to many people on my travels, and you're not going to escape it.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you will know this answer.
Yeah.
What time did you yoke the day? Do you know what it means?
Time did I yoke the day? I want to say that's when did I get up, but...
You've got it right. That's a traditional Doric phrase steeped in history, and I'll guarantee you somebody down there would know, and you use that tomorrow.
I will.
So what time did you yoke the day?
About 7:15.
Right, you haven't been my early yoker, but you're not far away.
All right.
Listen, an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, and
You're very
we'll
welcome.
head off to our next stop. And on we go, with the Benihee very much just in the backdrop. We are at the very new Marshall's Farm shop. It only opened in November. It is yet another treasure chest, and I know, but when I meet the Marshall family, I know there'll be early morning yokers. And here is the Marshall family, and I think we have got a VIP on the tractor. There we are. Morning, folks.
How are you
doing?
today? Great.
I'm fine. I've been on this whistle-stop tour, and I am probably the most confident when I ask you this that you won't even hesitate to answer, because you'll ken what I'm speaking about. What time did you yoke the day?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Well, you weren't the earliest yokers. There was somebody a wee bit earlier. Listen, fantastic to see this place brimming with local produce, with the family very much being at the heart of everything. You must be so proud being where you are in Aberdeenshire. How's the first few months been?
Quite good. Very good.
Coaster ride.
A roller coaster ride. So we get honesty over here. We get the PR story, and we get a smile. We get a smile from on the tractor. I suppose if somebody was just maybe coming off, we've got an international airport 10 minutes from here. Yes. Somebody's stopping in past for their coffee. And if we were to say, put on the table, tractor table if you want, what would you say the most iconic Aberdeenshire products are?
Butteries.
Butteries, yes, I would agree.
That's definitely one.
Yeah. Pies.
Probably our pies. For us, our product for the main pies is Aberdeen Angus steak pie.
Yes.
Is one of the top sellers here.
And a wee dram before you stop at night.
And a wee dram, yeah.
And a dram. Whiskey tatty, butteries, maybe a wee bit of fish. And you know this, it's not contrived, it's just where we live. Great produce, and and you've got a bothy. Tell me about that.
Yes, well, we built our bothy during COVID, so right now anyone can come along with their dog if they're on a walk. We get a piece of cyclists coming in, and we've got a wood burning stove in the middle, so customers quite enjoy that part of it. So we've got a few ideas in the pipeline to boost up a bit, maybe a barbecue area out there, a physical area. So yeah, lots on the go at Marshall's.
Good. Now, the bit that I want to know, because I can just imagine it round the farm table, whiskey or tea, maybe both. Because you did have a smaller farm shop,
Yes.
just
over there.
Here.
Yeah.
Who came up with the idea, and how well was it received by Mum and Dad?
I think it was a group effort, really.
Yeah.
I think it was a group idea, and it did take us many meetings to come up with this and plan it and rearrange and to end the end result now. But I think a group idea for all of us.
I think when COVID hit and we could see that the public were willing to support a thing like this even better than what they were supporting it before, gave us the confidence to push on and get it done.
Good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
support local definitely increased during COVID. People were worrying about where their meat's coming from. Hence we started our own butchery. We now butcher our own meats. That started in November really. So we now have 2 butchers, and it's our own beef and lamb, and now we're going to have our own pork. We've now got pigs. So it's just looking into what customers want now.
I think it was a dream we had to try and get away from dealing with the multinationals and produce our own stuff, sell our own stuff. And we started with a small shop originally, then a bigger shop, and now we're in here now. So it has been a gradual step to where we are today. But it's probably things that are a gradual step turn out better than the ones that are.
Absolutely. I like the fact that you said it's a dream, because walking in here, because you see it every single day, a lot of people would say, this is my dream. So I think that's a really positive thing that we hold on to. Sometimes Aberdonians need to fly their flag a wee bit higher. But I would say, I would be speaking for the majority, we are absolutely thrilled that the Marshall family have had a dream, full of passion, very down to earth, hard working, early yokers.
Well,
and just get on with it.
It's amazing what you can get done in the early hours of the morning.
There we are. We're going to go have a wee look at the bothy, and I believe there's a few drams across in the still.
Certainly a few drams.
There's also a bit of gin for our gin drinkers as well.
Aye, excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I'll go off on my travels. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I've had my wee shop and here at Marshall's, and I kind of put myself under pressure. So if I was trying to explain to somebody what Aberdeenshire is on the kitchen table, there would definitely be eggs. We have got some smoked venison, which is just from along the road. We've got some berries from Aberdeenshire. We have some smoked haddock. We have, to celebrate the buttery, we've got They've even got their own butchers here at Marshall's, and a real family favourite, and a favourite is the Aberdeen Angus steak pie. And at supper time in this area, quite often you sit down and have an oat cake and a nice bit of cheese. So this is the kind of farm shop I like. We've got gin, we've got whiskies, we've got liqueurs, we've got brewdog. It is all happening in the still. Well, as I leave Marshall's farm shop, they're saying, haste you back. Well, I need very, very little encouragement. This is the Aberdeenshire business to watch out for. It is growing fast, they've got lots of ambitious plans, and I can't wait until I return. So I continue my travels here in Aberdeenshire, and we've all heard about gate to plate. Well, there's no plate today, but what's on the menu today is the Forest Farm. And let's get up close and personal with the stars of the show. And I've also got Angus from the Forest Farm.
Hello.
The organic dairy. Wow.
It's not a bad spot, is it?
Just wow. They look quite happy.
Yep. So they've been milked this morning. So they were milked at 5 o'clock this morning.
Well, I have to ask you, I've been going round Aberdeenshire, and what time did you yoke this morning?
Oh, well, I'm a bit later out of my bed. My brother milked the cows, so he was up at 5. And I was
So
up.
he yoked at 5.
He was
He is our early morning yoker.
I
I
would say.
knew it would be a farmer, I knew it.
So he's the early start this morning. So the cows have been milked, and now they're out having their breakfast. So we've got some nice organic grass here. The farm's been organic for over 20 years. So they'll graze out here until milking time this afternoon, and then they'll come in for milking, and then they'll be back out to grass again this evening.
Good. They seem quite relaxed.
Very relaxed, yeah.
Would I be able to walk up a bit nearer?
No problem, yeah. You just go up, they'll probably come up towards you.
Which I don't know
Take your
why
pick.
I feel slightly.
Yeah, take your pick. So they're very docile. These dairy cows. They have a lot of human contact.
Is it a tag?
Yeah, so that's just a little tag. So that just records some data for us around about the milking parlour. So it's just a little collar with some that we can gather data on.
Where would I be best to touch?
Just anywhere, yeah, just there.
Amazing. They're beautiful.
So that's a Jersey cow. So we've got a mix of Jerseys and Frisian cows here. So they're just having a nice graze.
They look so healthy.
Yeah.
It's a very privileged position to, it's not often a lot of people get so close to where it all starts.
Yeah.
And,
So I think that was key for us in setting up the business. So customers can see when they come to us for milk or ice cream or a yogurt, they can see whether they can see the cows grazing, they can see the cows being milked in the afternoon. So it's about creating a link between the farm and the customer. That's sort of one of the things I think has got lost over the last sort of 20 years or so.
Definitely.
The link between the farm and
I
the
think
customer.
the pace of life as well, people just rushing past in their cars, not really stopping and thinking about what it takes,
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort and passion to produce, just dairy products, but farm products in general. She's not quite so friendly, maybe. They've all got different characters, you see.
Of course.
So you've got friendly ones that are maybe a bit grumpy and tired.
Are you grumpy? Right, I am so thrilled to be here. I think it's a great place to start. Let's go and see what the Forest Farm Organic Dairy is all about.
Perfect.
It's such a cool vibe. It's really a modern Aberdeenshire business for sure. And we're finding these sprinkled all around Aberdeenshire. And it's so great for younger people to come and really engage in a business that is very traditional in one sense, but there's definitely a contemporary feel here.
Well, thank you very much.
So you come to Forest Farm. What do they do? What have you got? Just tell us all about it.
You've seen the cows.
Yeah.
So the first thing we've got is fresh organic milk. So it's pasteurised in our production room and creamery next door.
Wow.
And the milk's fresh today, so it's been pasteurised today. It's today's milk, and it's in the machine here. So we can fill it with fresh milk. You can make yourself a milkshake, or you can go next door and we use the same milk to make freshly churned gelato.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Whose idea was this?
Oh, it's a family idea. It's certainly a family business, and everyone has their own ideas. And now we've got a really great team. We've got a team of 20 here, and everyone has their own ideas. And
over a couple of drams, you eventually agree.
Yeah,
right?
or a couple of pints of ice cream. Anyway, a lot of tasting. Yeah. So through here we've got our gelateria and specialty coffee shop.
Morning.
So we've got Erin and Meg on today, and
it looks amazing. It smells fantastic. It's such a visual feast. I mean, people must be in a good mood when they come here.
They do. You definitely see faces light up when they come in, which is
not too many grumpy people.
No.
Or maybe they come in hungry, and then you just feed them up. I got up close and personal with the cows. I felt it was by appointment to the farm. It's lovely. I just love the place, and I wish you so much success. I know, speaking to people, they say, "Oh, have you been yet?" You know, their faces light up. The domes are great, and yeah. The only thing is, I think a lot of people would have to run home to burn off the calories.
yeah.
Really nice.
Perfect, thank you.
What's next?
So we're going to go and they're making gelato at the moment. So we can go and have a look.
Great, excellent. So I'm getting a sneak preview, and the timing is absolutely perfect because right now it's all about chocolate.
Chocolate brownie and rocky road.
Good. So we've got the gelato
Yeah,
in
it's
here. How long does it take?
roughly 10 minutes to get down to temperature.
And what temperature do you?
We go down to -8 for hand potting, about -9 for the pans.
Okay. So really, I imagine that you make quite a lot in a week.
Yeah, sometimes 200 odd litres a day.
Right. And do you look at the forecast of like if it's during the really kind of hot temperature?
That and obviously the kids' holidays make such a difference because the production goes up, sometimes doubles, trebles when the kids' holidays are on.
And are you from Aberdeenshire?
Yeah, I live just up the road, nice and handy.
Just up the road, just next to the quays.
Yes, love the cows.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is beeping. Would you like me to?
Excellent. It's really exciting. We're gonna be the first taste tester. Look at this.
And then we just over here to hand pot. So each tub obviously has the ingredients and the date, and then you just hand pot away. It's the same chocolate, it's pretty messy.
You love your job.
I do. I do.
You can tell.
And then we just pop the lid on.
There we have. Can I have a tiny taste?
Of course, you may pick a spoon. You can't go for that.
This is breakfast. Oh my God. That is
Smooth.
heavenly. We are so lucky to have such a honest product that is made with passion here in Aberdeenshire. And the thing that I love about it, there is, you know, we've just walked from the cows. This business has organically just unfolded in front of our eyes. I just feel absolutely delighted to kind of walk through from the gate. No plate. I skipped the plate. We went straight to spoon. Listen, thank you. I'll let you get on. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep doing the wonderful job. And the people from Aberdeenshire and much further will continue to have big smiles as they leave Forest Farm.
Thank you.